the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Today we meditate on Saint Joseph, comfort of the afflicted. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That is to say, those who are suffering some tribulation or affliction can suffer with patience. In the midst of tears, they still trust in God, because they will be comforted. They live with the double consolation of hope, the balm of present sadness, and the perspective of eternal joys. Saint Joseph, the foster father of the Son of God, intercedes for those who suffer any tribulation, that they may reach out to God for comfort and strength. Today we share the testimony of a family member of two of our sisters. She writes, "Back in 2013, I had recently finished college and begun working full-time. I had always dreamed of getting married and having children right after I finished school, but relationships had not worked out. My sisters recommended a Novena to Saint Joseph and the intention of finding a good man who would one day be my husband. The three of us, my two Servidoras sisters and I," she writes, "prayed the 30-day prayer together while we were on pilgrimage for World Youth Day 2013 in Brazil. Shortly after I returned home, I met Nick. She explains that she had known him before, but when they met the second time, something was different, she says. Soon we began dating. Nick proposed to me in 2016, and on January 21st, 2017, we got married. We had talked about having children, and I always knew I wanted many, but he always said, let's start with one." She continues explaining, "A little after our first wedding anniversary, we decided we wanted to start having a baby, and after about 6 months or so, we finally got our first positive pregnancy test. At the first ultrasound appointment, the doctor could not find a heartbeat, and we learned that our baby had not grown more than his size at 6 weeks gestation. We repeated the ultrasound a week later and found the same results, so we were told that we would miscarry. We lost 2 more babies after that. A little over a year went by, and 3 little ones that we were never able to meet, we began losing hope of having a successful pregnancy and a large family. Through all these miscarriages, our faith was tested like we never imagined, but we both found consolation and reassurance in the 30-day Novena to Saint Joseph. We fervently prayed for a baby, whether through adoption or natural pregnancy." She writes, "At last we found out that we were pregnant again in the summer of 2019. Nonetheless, that knowledge brought great worry. We both leaned heavily on the intercession of Saint Joseph to get us through this one, no matter the outcome. When we went to our doctor's appointment and everything seemed to be normal and healthy, we learned that the baby's due date would be March 19th. We both knew it was a blessing due to Saint Joseph's compassion, and now 8 months later, we are impatiently awaiting the moment when we can share our hope and love with our baby. We give thanks for this grace that was granted through the intercession of Saint Joseph to the sister of 2 of our sisters, and we ask Saint Joseph's intercession for all the families who are suffering, those who have difficulties conceiving, and in a special way for every mother awaiting the birth of her child. Saint Joseph, comfort of the afflicted, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.